Okay, ladies, do you think men or women are more privileged in 2024? And how are they more privileged? All right, this is actually a good one. Last this one real fast. Are men or women more privileged in 2024?
We can start here.
Yeah.
Comrade, do you understand?
Not a lot. I'll explain.
So who gets more benefits, men or women?
Man.
Men?
Sure.
In America, not Russia.
We are not talking about Russia.
America.
It's simple here, yeah. But in America, I think it's the same. Like not the same, but men have more power.
More privileges.
Yeah, more privileges.
All right, what about you?
And work on everything.
Who has more privileges in 2024, men or women?
I would have to say women.
Women? Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
Women.
All right. What about you?
Women.
All right.
Period.
Women.
You fucking with me right now?
Oh, no,
What
I'm
about
saying
you?
general.
Oh.
Type shit.
What about you?
I agree, women, but I mean, the thing why I think that is because women have the ability to choose kind of what they want to do. As for men, he always has to work, you know, to
Yes.
get that status and
Yes,
everything.
that's a fact.
But for me personally, though, I want to work on myself. So I think it depends what you want to do, whether you want to be in your feminine or masculine energy.
Period.
But you still think women have more privilege?
Yeah, I do think in general, for sure.
What do you think?
Women.
All right. Why do you guys think women? You gave your answer, but why do you think it's women?
For me, I think objectively speaking, society does acknowledge a woman based off their physical beauty. I feel that that's just what society expects. So because of that reason, women do have pretty privilege, and that's just something that you don't really, like, you can't really deny that. Even if you were to believe something else, like if you have other core values or ideals, that's still what society does expect. So I do feel that a woman's looks does get them some sort of access to certain things, and I'm not gonna lie and say men don't have their own privileges, but in that
What privilege
way,
do we have over women?
Yeah.
And I think
Good one. Good one.
and I'm just thinking.
No,
Let
that's fine.
me see.
Keep
I'm trying to
thinking.
think about that.
you said
Think
it.
about this.
You said in the last one the fact that you guys can.
No. Let her answer. Think about this.
Can you think of a privilege that men have
If you can't, it's okay.
that women don't? I can only think of one. It's not even really a privilege.
Could I come back after?
Sure.
Sure. It's a tough one. I
We'll
know.
give you 2 hours.
Okay. She already gave her reason.
Yeah.
Because women kind of have the. Why do you think women have more privileges than men in 2024?
I mean, especially in Miami too.
Let's make it not as easy. No, let's not say Miami. Well, what about generally speaking? Why do you think women have more privilege?
Poor K.
If you want to go into Miami, then go extrapolate that into the rest of the world. That's fine. But why do you think so? in
Okay.
general?
What?
I just repeated the way he said it was
Wait,
funny.
say it again.
No, I was just being funny.
No. I want to hear it.
He is.
Sorry, no. I didn't hear it.
It's
What was it?
Strapicate. It's Strapicate.
I'm reading the comment.
That's not what I said.
I know. I was just being funny.
Mari, they don't know
I was
big
just
words.
being funny.
You know what it means?
I was just being funny. I was just repeating. When I hear like big words, I just repeat it so that I can use it one
Yeah,
day.
coconuts in Barbados.
That's 2 words. She went reciprocal and extrapolate. All right. What about you? What do you? Why do you think women have more privilege?
I just feel like sometimes it's easier for us to get stuff like naturally without really trying. Just kind of like piggybacking on like what she was saying. Like as a female, like sometimes it's just easier.
All right.
You know.
Why do you think it's women have more privilege?
Me?
Yeah.
Just by what you require these days. If you're dealing with someone who, for me, you, like she said, if you want to work, you don't. If you want to work on yourself, I just feel like we have more leisure to do those things than men. Like we don't necessarily require those to have to work like you guys do.
All right. What about you?
Didn't I already answer that?
No, you just said women have more privilege, but I'm asking why do you think that?
The societal things like we get indoors easier. We can, just stuff like that because we're pretty.
Okay. What about you?
Yeah, I feel like as far as, you know how they say like face card never declines, it would have to be like when they first see you, it's definitely like pretty privileged. That's a thing, like she said. But I feel like,
March.
honestly, women, they have it easier because we can, there's other ways that we can get like what we need as far as like we can just be nice to somebody and we can get something. Guys, you guys have to get a career, get a job, like she was
Have
saying.
nice shoes.
Yes, you have to
know?
have nice shoes for somebody to want to deal with you, you know, like stuff like that as far as like image and stuff like that.
What about you?
But
You're
what
the only
is
one
it-
that disagrees. You
Yeah,
think men
but
have more
what
privilege.
about getting job? I mean, higher position. It's more about men.
Oh, that is true.
And
That's true.
It's actually
cycle,
not.
it's the
That's-
same.
It's actually
because,
not.
Like,
That is true,
money.
though.
Well, she's from Eastern Europe. And in the United States, you're far more likely to get a job as a female than as a male.
Well, she's talking about levels of the job though. That they're most likely going to give the position to a
I
man.
would,
before they
I would
give it to a
argue women
female.
could promote easier than men, especially if it's male dominated.
I don't know.
She has a different
Like
outlook
Kamala?
because she comes from an Eastern
But I get
European
what she's
world
saying,
where
though.
they don't like, they kind of acknowledge gender
get what she's
differences there more realistically. So I could see why she came up with that answer. But we're talking about the United States.
Oh, okay.
But in Europe, it's the same.
Huh?
It's the same situation in Europe. It's like
No, it's not.
In West,
It's
yes.
Russia and it's
no,
not.
I'm not talking about Russia.
Yeah, and the Czech Republic,
Czech
it's not either. It's. I mean, feminism is a thing, but you guys aren't as far ahead as we are, which is why you have that belief.
Yeah. It's
definitely-
Did you come up with the
it's
privilege?
true.
I did.
Okay, what's the privilege that men have that women don't?
So I have two.
Go ahead.
I feel that men have the privilege of feeling more safe than
I
women.
knew she was going to say that.
Okay, and number two.
You're wrong on that, but it's fine. I'll let
Okay.
you keep going.
So for the second one, I do believe that, especially like you mentioned, in a more male-dominated field or where these, I guess, traditional views of men and women do exist, women are not taken seriously than men are, and I feel that that is a privilege that men do have.
Yes.
Okay, so your two things that you think men have experienced privileges: one, feeling safer, and then two, being taken seriously in the workforce. Okay, the first one is wrong because men are overwhelmingly the victims of violent crime, not women. It's men. Like you're like 10 times more likely as a man to be the victim of
Wrong
violent
fact.
crime versus a woman. And then the second thing you mentioned about being taken seriously, all right, you can make that argument, but I would argue that women get more opportunities at least so they can at least be taken seriously. So you can go ahead and get into certain rooms that I can't because you're a woman, and then you at least get the opportunity to prove yourself that you're not a bimbo. But whereas the man doesn't even get the opportunity. So yes, you might not be taken seriously in the beginning. They're like, oh yeah, she's probably just hot piece of ass. We brought her in here for looks. But then if you actually show that you're competent, you can do shit. They're like, oh wow, okay.
An office.
They'll change their mind. So I would argue if a woman doesn't get taken seriously, that's her fault for being incompetent. But she at least gets the opportunity to show her prowess
and get in the room. Yep.
I disagree, and I also.
Why do you disagree?
Tell him.
Well, first I'm going to begin with the safety.
Okay.
I think you mentioned earlier how men, I mean, we can acknowledge that men are physically more stronger than women.
Yes.
So therefore, I think it is way more understandable that a woman would feel less safe and a man should. Yes, there are men against other men.
Okay, you said an important word just now. You said feel. Right? You do understand that you can feel something, but it's not real. I'll give you an example. I can feel unsafe, but the reality is you're very safe. So feelings doesn't necessarily represent reality. But a lot of the times women tend to think that their feelings do represent reality.
Okay.
So just because I feel unsafe, statistically speaking, you're far less likely to be assaulted than I would be walking down the same dark street that you're worried about, statistically speaking.
Wait, what statistic?
I just explained it. Men are far more likely to be the victims of violent crime than women.
Okay.
Way more.
Okay. I was about to say.
I feel that also with femininity or like masculine, feminine energy, feminine represents emotions, intuition, feeling. So I feel that intuition is associated with feeling, and that in a lot of situations can keep you safe.
I mean, that's cool, but like, what does that have to do with like? I would say that you just made my argument stronger by saying that women have more privileges, because you came up with the goal here is you're supposed to show how men have more privilege. There are two things that men have a privilege that women don't. I'm saying those two things you mentioned aren't true.
Merch.
Because the two arguments you gave was women aren't as safe because you don't feel that safe, but I'm saying that it's not true because men are more likely to be assaulted physically, victims of violence. And the second one is being taken seriously, but I'm making the argument that you at least get the opportunity to be taken seriously.
I just feel that the only reason that a man would feel unsafe is against another man. So I do feel that it's more privilege for a man to feel safe because it's only against their own gender, whereas a woman does have to worry about a man because of the physical, I guess, strength difference.
I get that. You can worry about it, but it doesn't mean it's real.
But it's still a
You
privilege
can
in my
feel
opinion.
unsafe, but be completely safe. You understand it, right?
It's a threat, but
So like, if I'm in my house, right, and I'm scared of ghosts, and I hear a sound, right, I can. Oh my God, I feel unsafe. Casper's here, but realistically speaking, I'm perfectly safe. I just feel unsafe because I think a ghost is there, but it's not true. And this is kind of the difference between men and women. Is like you guys tend to interpret your reality through your feelings. There's actually an inherent flaw in female nature.
I hate it.
How
Well,
dare
somebody
you?
admits it.
Yeah, thank you.
Like damsel in distress vibes.
I don't like it.
No, I was
that.
I was
It's
going to
like
argue more low
emotional.
IQ vibes, but like it's women
Emotional.
interpret women interpret the world around them based on their feelings. You just made an emotional argument that's not true, factually speaking.
I kind of do agree with
I
that.
feel that I like to say feel.
That's the problem.
Emotional
cards.
intelligence is also a form of intelligence to me.
Can you define emotional intelligence for us?
What is that? I'm curious.
Emotional intelligence is when you're able to utilize your self-regulation as skills by understanding your emotions and allowing that to help you understand the world around you and people around you.
Would it be fair to say that that boils down to interpreting the world through your feelings?
Yes.
That's
And that is
precisely why I
emotional
just said it's a
intelligence.
fault of yours. Interpreting the world through your feelings is a flaw.
You know what? I'll give you an example. I feel like you make orange chicken. Do you?
I can air fry
But-
orange
I bet you
chicken.
it
But do you?
I have.
Okay.
And I bet you was good,
And
right?
also,
It's pretty. Yeah.
Period.
you might
Trader
feel like
Joe's.
I'm trying to
I
come
like
up and get
chicken,
some.
fried chicken. But is it true?
What?
No cap.
No, is it true?
What is true?
I said you might feel like I like fried chicken. Is it true?
I'm not sure.
But it's a feeling, right?
Yes.
But doesn't make it true.
No.
That's all he's saying right now.
Okay.
He does like fried chicken, so you'd be feeling right.
You feel right for us.
But the reality is
But
that
I'm gonna diet.
your feelings are not like how you feel versus what's real are two different things. Is what I'm trying to
I
explain.
agree.
I think
agree
there
with that.
I think what you're saying is there should be a healthy balance between logical thinking and also like intuition. And
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Masculine.
Yes.
and
Yeah,
feminine.
it has a healthy balance with everything.
No, it should all be
Agreed.
logically sound thinking.
No,
It shouldn't
But
be.
that's you're a man, so that's
What
fine.
in life
Yes.
is balance, though?
And
Yes.
that's a good thing.
And that's why we're better decision makers than you guys, and we're better leaders. Like, this is why 90+% of the inventions in the world were created by men, and the civilization that we live in was created by men. Like, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but women don't really contribute much
Wait,
to society.
a lot of men became successful off of having a great woman in their life.
Not really, bro.
Yes,
told
do
you
you guys-
what
do you guys
Michelle
think just
Obama
like-
did.
You
I'm
guys
just
do it.
saying.
Like,
No,
without
because
her.
it's logical. Have you guys read Think and Grow Rich? Chapter 11
By
talks
Napoleon
about
Hill.
this. Yes. Yeah, like really.
Same for Michelle Obama's
hold
book.
on.
Same
You
for
read
Trump's
books?
book.
And you're also forgetting how many men's downfall came from one woman as well.
Exactly.
So it's a give and take.
It's a give and take.
How many women's downfall came from a
Look.
man as well?
Look,
I don't know too many.
You said what? How many downfalls? What was that?
You can ignore her. It's fine.
I'm asleep. Please don't yell at me again. I don't want to talk. I
He
just
didn't-
had an opinion.
He didn't yell.
I mean, I don't want to go back and forth. I don't want to go back and forth. I just had an opinion.
Are you okay?
Yes, I just don't want to go back and forth.
She doesn't want to have her opinion challenged.
I mean,
No,
it's a podcast.
I don't want to make it about me. We can go on all night.
Anyway, so with the whole thing about a woman being behind a woman, being behind a man. Look, I understand that a woman can come in and accentuate a man's success, but I'm under the firm belief, and I think we have evidence to kind of show this nowadays, especially women don't really build; they move in.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is the man has to be in his position where he's established, where the girl's even going to give him a chance, or
What?
at least be on the trajectory
Ambition.
to be established.
Ambition, at least.
Okay, I could go ahead and marry a girl and turn her into a millionaire, right? A chick that's a millionaire ain't gonna look my way if I'm not one already. That's the difference. Women marry up, they date up. We are okay with dating down and raising a woman up to our level. So women don't build. That's what I'm trying to say. So when you make that argument, oh, she could come in and like help and whatever. Cool, she can. She could accentuate what he has going on.
That's all that I'm saying.
Yeah, but he would be successful regardless. Is my point.
That's okay.
Maybe
I'm
not
just
reach
saying.
the same level,
I was
but he would
only
still be
saying
successful.
That a woman comes in and accentuate. I wasn't disagreeing with you.
No, but you're trying to see. Women love to. This is the thing, because I've talked to so many of you. You guys love to try to trivialize the man's struggle and success and say that it's attributed to a female. And my argument is that it's not attributed to the female at all. She kind of made it a little bit better. But
that's all I'm saying.
Look, a good cake is a good cake, whether you put a cherry on top of it or not. The cherry on top is the female. The man is the base of the cake, is my argument.
That's okay. I agree with that. So you're literally
so by definition,
and I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, so by definition, you're not significant.
Well,
so what you're saying
I am
is
significant.
Not,
I'm
right.
very significant. But
you just agreed that you're the cherry on the cake.
Yeah. You're cherry.
So you're insignificant.
You're replaceable.
To the man, is my argument.
Can I ask a question?
Look, simply put, I don't think a woman's presence in a man's life is as significant to their success as many women try to propose.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Because had the man not been in a certain position or have a certain level of ambition or not have a certain stature, he would have never gotten the woman in the first place. The woman was just intelligent enough to understand that he was on the path to success, and she's like, I'm gonna jump on this because I can help accentuate this.
Right.
But that's my point. You're fairly insignificant to the process.
Can I ask a question?
I agree with you. But that's fine. We are.
But how are you insignificant to the process if that's what the man wants?
Because he would have reached that level regardless, whether without you.
A man is gonna do what a man is gonna do.
As far, but he would have reached 90%, maybe not 100.
Maybe not with longevity.
I have to ask my question because it's going to jump out of my throat.
Maybe not with longevity.
How much money do you make a year on paper? You asked us what's our body count. Why can't we? How much money you make a year on paper? On paper, like you could pull up your taxes right now.
Let's just say we do very well.
No, that's just say that's so vague because you made her say she was in bed. You won't
What's your
say
body count?
Because social status. That
was a rhetorical question. I wasn't actually gonna have her answer.
No, but social status. No, you said social status requires you. I'm good. So you said social status requires us not to announce those things because we don't want to be judged. But a man won't answer me right now because you don't want to be judged.
Oh no, he said it already.
No, what do you make? What did you make on paper? Honestly.
Man. Look,
exactly.
No.
I don't want to talk about it no more. It's okay.
He said it before.
Look.
I hear him.
Look.
So I'm asking right now. What did he say? Did y'all hear what he make a year?
Look.
Exactly.
So you're trying to
tell me right now, and if I dated you and you came into the store, this is outside of the podcast. I just saw you come into Publix. You're a tall, attractive man. Okay. I'm gonna be like, hey, I don't care what you do. I don't care how much you make. I like the vibe you just gave me.
The vibe.
I like the energy you just gave me. You probably looked handsome. You probably gave me a compliment about the color I was wearing. I'm like, okay, so let's switch numbers. And then you're going to take me on a date. I've definitely gone on dates with guys who have made less than me, and I've liked them still. If I didn't date them anymore, it's probably because they did some
long term.
No, I stayed with the guy for 7 years, and I don't want to put his business out there.
Gone.
That's not why I left him. I left him because it was something very serious. He got someone else pregnant. And he wanted to stay. He wanted to work it out, but I didn't want to stay. But I stayed with, and I felt bad because I was like, damn, I stayed with his broke ass for 7 years. And that's the reason I will not stay and help build a man again. Because after I did that, it was pointless. So that's not true. All women don't do that. Some women just like you. I'm a woman. I know my sister is. I know she is. Sometimes we just like the guy. It's not about the money, the social status. I just like you. Like I would date a regular working guy who worked in fucking Target, that was nice to me, who came home every night, who respected my family.
And you know what you would do?
I would never
boss him around.
I never bossed him around. No, I let him boss me around. I let you drive my car. I split my money with you.
See, but you know what you're doing? You're saying I let him.
I'm sorry for saying that because I did say that.
It's true. It's true.
But meaning I only said that because you're like, oh, you wouldn't let him. No, I would.
Wait.
If you want to drive my car, I don't mind.
So question: if he was rich and fucked some other girl, would you have stayed?
No. Because he did this time, and I still left.
So then, why'd you stay with a guy for 7 years who was broke?
I learned my lesson.
That was pretty stupid.
That was very stupid of me.
Most girls will learn that the hard way.
I learned the hard way, but I'm only pointing that out to say I dated someone when I was making 6 figures, and they were making $35,000 a year.
So you made dumb
and I never made him feel bad.
He made one mistake.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's fine.
So I guess now you're saying it's a mistake, but then you're saying I only choose people who are up. So is it my mistake
That's
for
not a
just
bad
loving
thing.
someone?
We never said it was a bad thing.
You said it was a mistake. So what's a mistake?
No, you
Okay.
said you dated a bum.
You
That
got to
was a mistake.
understand that when we speak in generalities, it might or might not reflect what's going on with you,
Okay.
but it does not but it does not refute the fact that it's still true.
Yes.
So when I made the comment that women don't build, they move in, what I mean by that is a majority of women would prefer to not build a man up. They'd rather kind of either get on a guy that's on his way up or already is up and then accentuate that.
I believe that.
They don't want to sit there and build a man up. Now, you even admitted in your own situation that you built guys up and it was frustrating and you had issues with it.
I definitely did.
So,
So I wouldn't want to do it again.
And you won't do it again. So you've
Because
tried
I've
it and it
learned my
doesn't work.
lesson. Absolutely.
So that's my point.
Yeah.
Even in your own experience, you will never do it again. You've
But
done it before
you
and you won't
can't
do it
say a
again.
woman won't do it because we will until
But
we
you
learn
won't-
our lesson. Absolutely. We will until we learn our lesson. So we will do it. But you learn your lesson.
So it's not the right lesson then.
It doesn't matter, but we will
It does
do
matter
it.
because it's not
I
right.
think some
And you also
men
got to understand
use
that
women too, though.
different women have different tolerance levels for men ineptitude. So you have a higher tolerance for it. I dated a guy that made $35K and I tried to build him up. There's other girls that won't even give a guy a date that makes that kind of money.
And that's why I say there's an exception to women that you put in this broad bucket.
You do understand when you make general statements, the exception doesn't make the rule.
Yes.
Okay, so I made a general statement. Now, going back to the whole thing because you asked me about my money or whatever, I think it's important to note that with men, we have many metrics of what we can be attractive by. You guys only have one, really. Your looks and then your sexual past. That's really the two main things that men look for. Men, on the other hand, we could be charming, funny, make money, have status, have charisma, be good looking. We have many different things that we can bring to the table. You guys really only bring two things to the table. Not be a whore and be attractive. That's what men look for. So I would argue that what you guys bring has a lot more weight because it's only two things. Those two things have a lot more weight. So to try to conflate a man's status to a girl's sexual past, I see what you're trying to do there.
No,
but they're not the
I
same.
just had to bring up that topic. I really wanted to know how much you make.
I don't understand how that. I mean, I'd be happy to tell you that off air, but I'm not
that's
going to say
exactly
that on air.
because that's something that you
I mean, I've been
care
pretty
about.
transparent about it.
No, but remember we were talking
Because I have
earlier.
real estate and then how much I make on paper
It
versus
doesn't
how much I
matter.
actually earn.
Give me an average of what you make a year.
Are you the feds?
No, because I can go get my phone right now and pull up my tax papers, and mine say 175 last year. So I just wanted to know what yours said. And when we
That's
leave
crazy.
here, I'm going to go get my tax papers so I can show you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I wanted to just know what you made.
You was talking shit about how much money we make earlier.
I just want to know.
That's what you make?
Are we comparing penises here?
I guess y'all can say that, but still never drop the number. To me, I just think y'all broke.
Oh,
I just think y'all broke.
Well, you fuck broke niggas. So
I did. That's why I think that y'all broke.
So hey, listen.
I can smell one because I'm used to them.
The other day we win.
I can smell
and you
one.
lose because
I
you're so
smell one.
single.
No,
broke then, I guess.
y'all
We're
did
broke.
this because y'all don't want to answer how much y'all make, so y'all making it about me again. Nobody does. But no, the guy in there, the other guy in there showed me what he made. The other guy in there showed me what he made. He didn't mind.
Listen.
He opened it as soon as he known me for
Listen.
2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm broke.
No, y'all
If
broke.
I'm broke,
I just think y'all
I still
broke.
drive my
And I'm a
2002
hoe. And I fuck broke niggas and I'm a hoe.
I
And
still
y'all
drive
broke.
my 2002 Honda. I'm broke.
I went to
y'all
Toyota
broke.
Corolla.
I ain't never
Y'all
call you
broke.
home.
Yeah, Toyota
Y'all
Corolla.
broke. Y'all broke.
Yo, you broke.
It's blacked
Toyota
out.
Corolla gang.
Yeah,
Y'all probably date girls who drive Nissans.
Yeah, facts. With big asses, BBLs from niggas who pay.
Word. They do pay for the bodies.
I know. Hey, listen,
They
man.
do pay for the bodies.
Yeah.
Definitely.